Hello everyone, so welcome back to my channel. So I uploaded a video very similar to this about brands that have been not super exciting to me or kind of boring to me. So if you haven't watched that video, I will link it down below as well as on the little cards above my head. But in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some of the brands that are very exciting to me. So this will be the opposite of that video. A lot of these brands are more indie brands. I feel like they've been the ones stepping up and releasing some very cool, innovative and just fun products. I mean, I feel like, and this is just, you know, just me, but I want makeup to be fun and to be an experience, especially after such a sucky year. I'm obviously not wearing makeup to go to work. I just want to wear makeup to express myself or to entertain myself. I feel like these brands have just been really inspiring me to create new looks and play with textures and new products. So I really wanted to highlight that because I feel like there has been so much negativity this year. In my previous video, I was just kind of talking about the boring stuff and kind of critiquing things. So this will be the opposite. So one of the brands that you've seen me use quite a bit since I returned to YouTube is Neuzeth Cosmetics, Midas. I love their products since I got introduced to them. I know Abby Williamson, by the way, she has been a fan of this brand for a really long time, and she was the reason why I decided to try them out. And since I tried out their products, I have been hooked. I've been hooked. So this is the Flower Bomb palette that I have on my eyes right now. It is such a beautiful palette. You have glitters, you have mattes, you have shimmers. The mattes are so buttery and smooth and creamy, and they just apply so nicely. This type of color story is not something that you see very often in retail, in Sephora or Ulta. It's a very unique color story in my opinion, and it just encourages me to try different things. So that's what I have on my eyes right now. I absolutely love it, and it's so much fun. It's a lot of fun. And then obviously you've seen me use the Cake liner palette so many times. I need to clean this up, but these are just so much fun to use, and they're so easy to use as well. So I think as a whole, this brand is just releasing really cool things, featuring very cool and underrated, you know, influencers. They also have a really great selection of blush, contour, and bronzer palettes. So there's one for, you know, your lighter skin, medium, tan, and then rich complexions, which is great to see. If a brand that is independently owned can do and cater to basically every like shade range, I feel like the hourglasses and luxury and more, you know, the more popular brands, the more mainstream brands, they don't have an excuse to not be inclusive. So if you're on the market for very fun products, more inclusive, you know, face palettes, check them out. And I believe Abby does have her affiliate code, which I will link down below if you want to save some money. Another brand that has been super exciting to just watch and also get into has been Kimchi Chic Beauty. I think, first of all, the packaging is just adorable. It's so fun, and I mean, not only does this remind me of Sailor Moon, which is the inspiration for this collection, but it also reminds me of like Polly Pocket. So I find it to be a brand that is just very fun, cute, and nostalgic for a lot of different reasons. But yeah, they've been releasing some really great stuff, a lot of stuff this year actually. They're trying to like build up their brand with complexion products and eyeshadow products and, you know, different things, and I feel like they've done it quite well. Their releases just make me smile. Like, it's it's not very often that a brand does that, but everything that they've done, I just feel like they're so cutesy, and you know, I never really identified as like super cutesy, but after such a crappy year, seeing stuff like this just it makes me so happy. And by the way, if you wanted, or if you were a fan of the Charlotte Tilbury blushes, the Chic to Chic, I know I mentioned this in my last video. If you're a fan of this or you aspire to get this, save your money, get this. This is really nice, and this is so much cheaper than this. So there's that. There was also the Two Queens One Desert palette, which I featured in my channel a few times. This one, which also has a very unique color story, and it's just such a fun palette to play around with. And seeing stuff like this, just, it's a challenge. It's a very challenging palette, but it encourages you to be creative and play around with makeup. And yeah, I really like this, and I'm very excited to see what else the brand has in store for next year. Like, the launches this year were so cool. I've always liked e.l.f. I know some of their products have been like hit or miss, but I feel like this year they did such a great job with their launches, and it's a shame that their most exciting release was during June, and nobody was really paying attention to that at all, and rightly so, because there were a lot more important issues happening in June, like the Black Lives Matter movement and everything. So yeah, it was a shame that this didn't get the hype that it should have, but it was completely understandable. I mean, I wasn't really paying attention to this, although I had purchased it. So this is the e.l.f. and J Kissa palette, which is a very beautiful rainbow palette. You have the bright ones, the darker ones, and then shimmers. But apart from this and all the other products in the e.l.f. and J Kissa collection, including the brushes, which were amazing. These were some of my favorite brushes that I bought this year, and I constantly use them in videos. They're super soft. They perform like a high-end product. It's insane. But they've released some really cool stuff. I know their skincare has also improved quite a lot. They have a lot of like fragrance-free products. I've heard really great things about their CBD line as well. I feel like after this year, like, they're a brand to really watch out for. Like, they've been doing such a great job. What other collection was really cool? I forgot, the Riviera? No, that's Anastasia. But their like summer collection was beautiful. That palette that they released was so nice. Their Christmas stuff is also super nice looking. That little brush set that has the green handle brushes looks really nice. So I feel like they've been quite an exciting brand this year, and they've been so much fun to just follow. A brand that I feel like has finally gotten out of their like slump in a way has been Urban Decay. They were, I think, one of my first makeup brands that I fell in love with. I mean, this was over 10 years ago. I mean, it was a while ago. And for a while there, I mean, other brands came into the mix, and Urban Decay just kind of like slipped out of my radar. But I feel like this year they released some pretty cool things. Again, just like with e.l.f. It was a little unfortunate with everything that's going on that some of their cooler, more innovative releases just kind of got pushed out, but this in particular turned out to be the product that surprised me the most. And I know it's kind of it's something that not everyone, you know, was excited about, and I wasn't excited about it either until I started playing around with this. But this is the most unique shimmer formula that I've come across. It just looks like, it looks so multi-dimensional and wet looking on the lids. It's just beautiful. So they released that palette, obviously Stone Vibes. They also did the Naked Ultraviolet, which was actually a pretty nice palette. It reminded me of an older palette that I bought like over 10 years ago. So it was a very like a throwback palette for me. But yeah, I feel like they finally are starting to get out of their little creative slump and are starting to release products that not only are cool to someone who is getting into their brand, but kind of they're playing up the nostalgia for like OG Urban Decay fans, which is great. I love to see that. Another brand that has always been exciting, sometimes to the point that it's a little overwhelming, but you know what, I'll take it. I'll take it because there's really no one else that does releases like ColourPop does. And this past year they did so many damn releases, but yeah, it can get a little overwhelming. At the same time, they're so much fun. Like, you never know what they're gonna release. Like, you truly never know what they're going to release. But this year we got the Sailor Moon collection, there's a Hello Kitty collection, there was the Baby Yoda collection, a ton of like Disney stuff. So if you're a fan of something, just like pray to the makeup gods that they're going to release a collection out of it. And I know, like, I wasn't a humongous fan of the eyeshadow palette itself, but as a collector, I appreciate it. I appreciate when brands acknowledge my really dorky interests. So for that reason, I was very excited to see what ColourPop had in store. I mean, I would have never thought that they would have released a Baby Yoda palette, but it actually looks quite nice. It's cute. And it makes me so happy. So yeah, I mean, how do you guys feel about ColourPop? I still love the brand. Yes, they get a little overwhelming to like follow, but you know, they're still releasing, you know, quality products at an affordable price, and everything is just, you know, very cute, colorful, and practical. Another brand that I found very exciting was one that I was not expecting to follow or be interested in at all until I started seeing reviews for this brand, and that is Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez. I know I've mentioned this in a few videos, but I did not grow up with Selena Gomez. I did not watch Wizards of Waverly Place. I don't have an attachment to Selena Gomez. Like, she was past my Disney Channel, like my Disney Channel years. Like, I was already in college, I believe, when when she was like at the, you know, height of her career. Can you even say that? I don't know. But yeah, point is, I'm too old. I feel like I'm too old. I really don't know much about Selena Gomez. I don't like her music. She just doesn't do it for me. She seems like a very lovely girl, very down to earth and soft spoken, so I like that. I respect that. So when she released Rare Beauty, I was honestly not very interested until, again, I saw the reviews, and I have to say, I mean, I've only purchased these two products, but I love them so much. Like, these two have become like staples. I mean, you already know, the concealer has been my favorite concealer. I use it in every single video. I haven't felt the need to use any other concealer. It just blends so well. It looks like my skin. Love the applicator, I love the wear, I love everything about it. And yeah, that's why I've used half of it already. Can you see that? It's incredible. I love it. And then these are the blushes. I obviously picked a very dark shade, but it blends out so nicely. I do feel like they're a little too big. Like, I will never use this thing up completely. I would have still bought it if it was like half the size. But these are also so damn nice. I also really love the palettes that she released for the holidays. I thought they were priced so well. And the colors are just fun and exciting. I know I initially wanted to get the palette that had the green, but then I did find a dupe in my collection, so I didn't get it. But if they release that, I'm excited to see what they release next year. Like I said, the products are just, they're high quality products. The price range is quite reasonable. Yeah, I'm very excited to see what they have in store for next year. Rare Beauty was not a brand that I was looking to get into, but now that I have, and I'm a humongous fan of it, it's a brand that I'm really going to be like following next year. So I'm very excited to see what they have in store for next year, but I'm hoping for more eyeshadow palettes in that $25 price range. I think that's an incredible price range for a small eyeshadow palette. And just like in my previous video, I'm going to mention just a, you know, a general group of makeup brands and just like a category of makeup that I'm very excited about. And I know I briefly mentioned this earlier, but the indie makeup brand or indie makeup scene has been the most exciting to watch this whole year. I know I mentioned a few indie brands in this video, like Kimchi, Chic Beauty, and Midas Cosmetics, but there's also been some other releases. I know Shroud Cosmetics, Shroud Beauty? Shroud Cosmetics. They had their palette, which I'm still waiting for. I bought it. The Butte Bean palette looked amazing. I mean, that palette, it was so hard to get into the website because it sold out so quickly, but it was amazing to see an indie brand gain that much traction. So I was super excited for them, and I'll gladly wait to get my palette. Like, that was probably the most exciting release of the fall in my opinion. There's also Kaleidos Makeup that has been releasing some really cool stuff. I mean, this is one of their highlighters. They also have really nice palettes. Still haven't tried them, but I'm looking forward to trying them out sometime in the future. But yeah, I feel like, you know, indie makeup brands, black owned makeup brands as well. Oh, where's my lipsticks from Propa Beauty? These are beautiful, and they're just a very inclusive range of nude lipsticks. Like, this makes me so happy and so excited to see other brands just, you know, being inclusive, releasing really nice, beautiful, exciting products. So yeah. Yeah, definitely watch out for the indie brands because they've been killing it. They've been just so cool to, you know, to follow and to just, I don't know, I'm very excited to see these brands just keep growing and growing, and hopefully we'll see some of those brands pop in to like mainstream stores. I know Target has been carrying some indie brands like Alamar Cosmetics and Reina Rebelde and Makeup Geek as well, so I think that's amazing and I want to see more of that, so that would be so cool. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what some of the brands you're excited about down below. I would love to know, especially if you follow other indie brands that I didn't feature in this video. Let me know what your favorite indie brand is down in the comments below. If you're brand new, make sure to subscribe to keep up with my videos, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye!